Well, Saturday morning, and it's at like 25, 26 degrees in here. So it's a little on the brisk side. Probably not the best day to be putting up plastic trim, but sounds like Chris is coming out. So so we'll probably be working on trim today. That'll decide that. So I'm gonna shuffle some cows around. I'll move the Jeep and stuff so we can work on these rafter ends, start getting all that fascia stuff put up. We'll get those shifted and then just kind of see where the day takes us. And yeah, looks like the snow forecast for Tuesday is getting worse. It looks like we're up to, I think, 8 inches now, where we were like 6 or 7 inches yesterday. So oh boy, looks like we're gonna get hit. So we'll see. They're wrong all the time. Maybe it'll downgrade, but well, let's take a look at the front yard here with some daylight. There we go. Didn't that look a little better? A little bit clearer. I mean, I still got to clean everything up and do everything, but just every little bit of progress helps, because like before, you were pulling out with the car, you couldn't even see if anybody was coming until your bumper like hit the road. So even just that's satisfying. Yeah, even just that, being able to see further out when you're coming out to the end of the driveway, that's all good. So, and as usual, yesterday messing around in here, found a brake rotor, and the other day we found more shingles in here. There's still half a pallet under there I gotta dig out, and that's something that's usable. There's a wheel chock, so we got something handy. And then you look over here, there's some sort of top. I haven't pulled that up yet. See what's up. Just remember not to use my right leg. There's something under there, and then further over here we got like a washing machine drain hose, and I'm seeing more shingles somewhere around here. Oh yeah, yep, more shingles right there. But all making progress. So we'll keep plugging today, and it is another raw day today. And piece of vacuum cleaner pipe or something. But it is another raw cold day today. So we'll get at it. It does look like the sun's coming out a little bit, so hopefully it warms up for us. Let's see what happens. Oh, didn't start the time lapse yet, but I've just been doing a ton of measuring, leveling, and all this stuff. So I have a difference in height from this wall to this wall. Not the roofs, from the roof rafter to the other. So I want to make sure the fascias line up perfect and come off to the other where they meet in the middle. So did a little bit of checking, and I got to shim a couple of these roof rafters. They're all hand cut at the ends, so there's always going to be some sort of variation, and it just so happens there's a little variation right at the end. So I got to shim a couple of those and get that nice. I don't know if you can tell, but like that piece there, from this piece of sheathing to this piece of sheathing, this one's dropped down like 3/8 of an inch. So just gonna work on getting that shimmed up, and then we can start working on fascias and the other boards and all the rest of it. See what happens. well, that's it for today. As usual, doesn't seem like a lot got done, but tedious stuff got done. Getting all the measurements and everything figured out, and cuts for all those fascia support boards, the 2x8s that we put up, and getting all the rafter tails cut to the right length under there and stuff like that, because they were all staggered lengths. So all tedious. Got some stuff done on the other far side, out of camera. I think you saw us working inside the breezeway, and part of that was because the breezeway roof comes really close to the roof in the house in the back corner. It's dropped down like 3/4 of an inch at the top and like almost 2 inches down at the bottom, because it's different pitch and everything. Why they didn't stagger it like 4 inches, so you had a piece of trim with the drip edge and all that stuff, or line it up flush so the shingles would go straight across. I have no idea why they didn't do that, but it is what it is. So there was a handful of the boards on here that were bad, so we just ripped them all out, put in a whole one piece of plywood in there. So that was good to get that resolved. And we cut open the back of the roof here. I don't know if you see it, it's pretty dark out here. Yeah, up there we cut out a section of roof. You can see right up and out. So I can add the trim on the side of the house up there. And let's see. I should just grab a radio flashlight for you guys. But yeah, so I gotta replace a little piece of sheathing up there. And then I figured the breezeway, that'll be that'll be after the house is wrapping up. I'll pull a separate permit for the breezeway and the garage. So I just cut out a section of the roof that was rotted right out anyway and whatnot, so I can just put trim on the house, put the J-channel on, and they can do the roof and have the roof be finalized. And then depending on how I build out the breezeway in the end, I may bring the breezeway up flush with the roof of the house, and at that point I just got to cut the J-channel back a little bit and take it off and pop a couple of shingles and weave in a couple of shingles. But if I was to expect to do that and have them not do the J-channel, and then decided that I wanted to drop the roof so I had a perfect seal, then I'd be stitching in a piece of J-channel and everything under the roofing that's already nailed on. And I'd rather not backtrack. I'd rather have it all done nice once and have to take it off than to have to stitch it in and have it be kind of a hack job. So yeah, so I think myself anyway, I picture it being a better design to have the whole edge of the roof fully exposed with the drip edge, with a piece of PVC trim on it and all that stuff, so everything's separated, and then have the next roof drop down a little bit and then come over so you can flash the edge of that roof. And I think that's the best way to keep it totally sealed. So that's probably what I'll end up doing, but that's later down the road. So in the meantime, ripped out a chunk, I'll put the trim in. Once the trim's in, I'll stitch in a piece of plywood down low in there and just staple in some a piece of top so that thing's not totally filling up with rain like it was with all the rotted boards. So anyway, we did get some stuff done today. We got some new problems resolved, which is the back roof on the breezeway where that meets the roof. That was a new problem I wasn't really paying attention to or thinking of, and we got that figured out. While they were here, I ran down a bunch more boards, they meaning Chris and Sean. So it was awesome to have them to run stuff through the table saw again, so that's always good. And then Sean took off a little bit earlier, and Chris hung out a couple of times. I kept forgetting to turn the time lapse on, so there's a couple of things that we didn't catch on video. Sorry about that. We stopped for lunch and then went right back to work, totally forgot. So anyway, I'll hit it tomorrow. Tomorrow is only going to be part of a day because it's supposed to rain pretty heavy tomorrow from what it looks like. And then I got Monday, which I think it's supposed to be pretty okay, just cold. And then we got a bunch of snow coming Tuesday. So I don't know. I think tomorrow might be. I have fear that the snow is going to come and the temperature is definitely dropping. All next week's supposed to be down in the teens. So I have a fear everything in the yard's just going to get locked in. So I'll probably take some time tomorrow morning, clear some of the branches and stuff like that from when we took down the trees, and get my other black trailer moved back to the other side of the yard. That way there, if the snow comes and then keeps coming, I don't have to worry about moving anything else out. I'd rather be shoveling the roof off than dealing with plowing snow somewhere I can't plow anything to all winter long because I wasn't ready. So I got that. Plus I want to insulate the underside of the camper, which that's another hole to do. Wish me luck. Getting a little overwhelming. But we're just going to keep pushing through and doing what we can. And if there's something we don't get done, we don't get it done. Shame on me. It's my own fault. Anyway, hope you guys are having a good weekend, and wish me luck for tomorrow, that the rain holds off and I'm very productive in the morning. Thanks again for watching. Appreciate you stopping by. Have a good weekend. Nah, got you. You thought I was done. No. It's 8:45 at Home Depot getting another 8 sheets of plywood. For tomorrow. Once I'm back to the house, I'm done for the night.